number 6 sword. For once in their lives, Stoic the Vast and Big Boobied Bertha were completely and entirely lost for words. Stoic the Vast's mighty jaw dropped in amazement. By the black heart and tricky twisting tongue of the great god Loki, he cried, for he had never seen a stealth dragon before, and his first thought was perhaps that Stoic had decided to save their lives by taking out his hammer and knocking a piece out of the sky to strike down the enraged librarian. Even Big Boobied Bertha's tremendous chest heaved in her astonishment. Naoon and her chest only heaved the more at the sight of these 3 little figures climbing carefully down from the back of the great shimmering mirage of Maggots' secret weapon. "Ooh, well done, you great magnificent hunk of a dragon," cooed the Stormfly, fluttering around the stealth dragon's mighty head, batting her eyelashes. "Brilliantly flattened." "It's not so brilliant, just to squash somebody," hissed Toothless in a jealous fury. "Anyone can do squashing. Look, Toothless can do squashing too." And the little dragon jumped up and down on the end of one of the scary librarians, long quivering feet poking out from behind the beautiful gleaming bottom of the stealth dragon. "Kamikaze!" scolded Big Boobied Bertha furiously. "I might have known it. What have you been doing with my stolen goods?" Kamikaze was clearly no more afraid of her mother than she was of anyone else. She put her hands on her hips. "I like that," she exclaimed. "We swooped down, saving your neck in the nick of time from being shot by this mad librarian guy, and all you can do is complain." "And why," thundered Big Boobied Bertha in a foghorn voice so loud that it made the eardrums of the listening Vikings vibrate, "is this librarian shooting us in the first place? I told you the last time I rescued you from the dungeons of the Debris Brutes, there are certain people you nick from, like the Peaceables and the Quiet Lives, and certain people that you don't, because it's just too dangerous. I mean, how many times do I have to say this, Kamikaze?" Like many parents, Big Boobied Bertha was making an excellent point that she would have done well to listen to herself. For she was so busy scolding and everybody else was so busy listening that nobody had noticed a sinister thuggish figure landing his dragon 100 yards away, and nobody had seen him quietly drawing out his axes, a horrible grin on his ugly mug, and a truly unpleasant reeking smell of rotting eggs and stinking haggard pouring out from between his jagged and broken teeth. Nobody, that is, apart from the Stormfly, who suddenly stopped mid-flutter and wrinkled up her pretty little nose. "Ooh!" she exclaimed disgustedly. "What is that revolting smell?" Smell is one of the strongest of our senses, and the powerful pong given off by the murderous tribe at close quarters reactivated the part of Stormfly's brain that had been shut off by the blow to the head in the library, and her memory returned. "Why, I do believe it's that human stinkball, Madguts the murderer," she cried in delight. "It's all coming back to me now. I am the Stormfly, and I spent my earliest dragonhood in their whiffy, murderous mountains." Did she really? That's an interesting thing about Stormfly. I'd forgotten. Stoic the Vast, Big Boobied Bertha, Hiccup, Kamikaze and Fishlegs turned very pale and slowly round, and there he was, the revolting smell, Madguts the murderess himself, his cold staring blue eyes like chips of ice. I wouldn't like to have stolen his stealth dragon myself. Madguts was not alone. He was accompanied at a respectful distance behind by about 50 or so crack stealth warriors who'd been dropped by their dragons on silent wings and were now all training their north bows straight at the chest of Big Boobied Bertha. Madguts grunted something inarticulate to his henchman Gumball. "The number 6 sword, your viciousness," replied Gumball to his master, removing the bag of weaponry from his back and scrabbling through it. "A very fine choice, if I may say so, sir. Super long, super deadly. The number 6 will never fail you in a revenge situation." Gumball removed a truly evil-looking sword from the basket and handed it to Madguts, who tested the point of it on his hands for sharpness, sending a bright sprinkle of blood down on the ground. Uh-oh. Bertha swallowed hard, and that's Gumball looking through and seeing which sword to choose. And next chapter is called "Why No One Steals from Madguts the Murderess." I think I know, don't I?